Okay guys, just want to show you the importance of risk management and how much you put on a trade via position size. Not only is it a reason for protecting your account and not taking massive losses, it's also a reason to keep winning a trade, guys. So if you find yourself as being getting stopped out of trades a lot lately, only to see those trades work, this may be the reason why, and this is why position sizing and risk management is very important to keep winning a trade. So what I would say is play the chart. You should have enough data that you've perfected high probability setups that work, the best and the most compared to your trading style. So when you refer to these trading styles, guys, and these setups present itself, I just want to show you why it's important to take your eyes off the P&L and play the chart. And obviously the risk management side has got to be intact of that, so you don't lose more than what you planned to in the first place, and that's where position sizing comes in. So this is a BA hourly chart, guys. It's just a theoretical chart. Ignore the levels and the price ranges. I'm just randomly drawing things just to emphasize my point, okay? It's not a real play. I'm just going to emphasize a point here. So let's just say that this candle don't exist on BA. You play in the downtrend break on the hourly. You're going to get in round about here on BA, and your target is up here, okay? So let's just assume we break out of the hourly downtrend, and again the theoretical levels, guys, and we pull back. So if you got too much size in this, guys, and you're hitting your max loss of the day, or you're losing more than you plan to because you've gone too big in the first place, you could get stopped out or cut the trade round about this area here, okay? So you've took a, let's just assume this hourly candle pulls back, stops you out round this area, but we know the trade setup is good to down here. So you took a massive loss, and guys, you've sat out only for it to reverse and then start shooting up and turn into a green trade. So what you want to be doing, guys, is positioning yourself. You've got to have a plan for the trade before you even start. You want to position yourself, stay disciplined, and play the chart. If you find you're in trades that end up working, and you were taking a loss and I'm only to see them turn and work, it's all to do with your position sizing. Because if you've got, let's just say, 5 contracts here and it starts pulling, you get stopped out at 188, you think, oh right, I've took a loss on that, I need to get out. I've lost more, I've gone over my loss for that trade, I've lost more than I've planned. It pulls back, it hasn't even hit the theoretical support, guys. This is just theoretical, remember. It hasn't even hit the support, and then it turns around and starts shooting back up and turns into green trade. So if you had 5 contracts now, you've took a massive loss, you've got stopped out, only to see the setup work, and then it turned green after, and it was a winning trade. So if you was looking at this, all theoretical, remember, guys, if you was looking at this at the beginning, you think, right, we got support here, looking for a target here, and I'll get on the break here. So if you had 1 contract and it started pulling back, you haven't hit support, you're still in a trade, you're still within your risk for that trade, you haven't lost too much cash, and then it starts curling back up, then you can start adding into position in the when it starts going in the right direction. But the important thing is when it's coming down here, it's not stopping you out, and you're not taking a loss on it because it hasn't hit the setup and the area of support that you've got ready beforehand. Whereas if you got too much size to start and it starts pulling, and a green trade turns red, you've got no choice to cut it because you don't want to be losing lots of money because you've got too much size on that trade going into it. So there's many benefits, guys, of starting small on a trade. One of those benefits is playing a setup. So if you find you're getting in a lot of trades, which is a case of many traders, only to see the trade work at the end, whereas you were getting stopped out and losing cash, I strongly advise you take a smaller position, which will keep you in a trade longer. Ignore your P&L. You know that you're going to be within your risk on that trade if you've got the right positioning in the first place. Ignore your P&L and play the setup. So if the trade ends up coming down here, you know via the setup, this is my support. I need to cut this trade. The trade ain't working. Because if you still hold that trade below your support area, it doesn't turn into trading then, it turns into gambling. So as long as you play the chart and play the setup, whereas this setup would have been good down to this line, it'll keep you in the trade, and then the trade is still good for a move up. If it breaks it, by all means get out, the trade ain't working, the setup is gone. But if you've got a smaller size, you want to make sure you've planned beforehand, your risk is keeping you in, and then it's a matter of ignoring the P&L and then playing the setup which you were familiar with which is high probability to your trading style, and then you stay in the trade until the trade tells you to get out and the trade ain't working. Okay, guys?